Hey everyone, welcome back. We're diving into something really special today.
Yeah, definitely.
It's this book called Heartbeat Celebrating Human Connection.
Oh, I love that.
Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
It's full of these stories that just remind you, like,
Yes,
there's so much good happening in the world, you know?
absolutely. And especially when, sometimes the world can feel a little overwhelming, right? So it's nice to have
It
this
is,
kind of a collection of hope.
yeah, a little antidote.
Yeah.
So are you ready to dive in?
Oh, I am so ready.
Okay, let's start with the Marathon of Hope. Have you ever heard of this?
I have.
Okay, so this was in Cape Town, and it's basically during a marathon, runners would pause in the middle of their race to share water with people experiencing homelessness.
That's incredible.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a planned event or anything.
Oh.
It started with, you know how everything's on X now?
Right.
It started with like a post,
Someone just had an idea.
yeah, just urging people to do this
Yeah.
during the marathon.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of blew up from there.
That's amazing, the power of just one person
I know.
having a thought and putting it out there.
It's incredible.
Then others picking it up and making it into something.
And that's how the hashtag started.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Hashtag Marathon of Hope.
So cool.
And then it's like it's sporting events all over the world now.
It's really incredible how, that just one small act
Yeah.
can kind of tap into that feeling
Yeah,
in everyone,
absolutely.
And it becomes this ripple effect.
It really does. Okay, let's move on to, this is a really cool one, the library bus.
Oh, tell me about this.
Okay, so this is in Manila,
Hmm.
and they basically took like a retired school bus,
Mm.
and they transformed it into a mobile library
Oh, wow.
to bring books to kids
Oh, what that?
in like areas where they don't have easy access.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Isn't that cool?
So creative.
Okay,
And I
yeah.
bet those kids are so excited
I know.
when that bus pulls up. That's amazing.
And then so, of course, it has its own hashtag, hashtag library bus.
Love it.
It's
Aw.
inspired like all these other similar projects around the world.
Wow, it's really amazing how that happens.
I know.
Like one person has an idea
Totally
and then it just,
spreads.
yeah.
It's so cool.
That makes you wonder, like, what other cool things could we do in our own communities
That's all.
with things that maybe we're not using anymore?
Yeah.
Or, how can we repurpose
Repurpose, yeah.
things to, help spread good?
Okay, this next one is completely different. This is the anonymous donation in Berlin.
Okay.
Have you heard about this one?
No, tell me.
Okay, so basically, someone left a very large sum of money at a community center that was supporting refugees,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't say who they were.
Wow, that's incredible.
It's just this act of generosity
Yeah.
that's making a real difference.
It's like, true generosity doesn't need.
Recognition,
Yeah. It's just about the act itself.
totally.
Be
Yeah.
helping others.
And then so it inspired other people, and they started this hashtag Berlin Kindness,
Oh, wow.
and it's encouraging people to kind of pay it forward.
Wow, that's really cool.
Isn't that neat?
It's like, it makes you wonder, right? Like, is there a difference between being anonymous in your giving
Yeah.
versus, doing it publicly?
Right.
Does it change the motivation at all?
That's a really good question.
Or the impact,
Yeah, I don't know.
Something to think about.
It is something to think about. Okay, so I know we could spend hours on each of these stories, but I kind of want to do like a speed round. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
Let's go to New Orleans. So there's this band,
Okay.
and they're playing free concerts. But
That is a but.
the catch is you have to bring a donation for the local food bank.
Oh, I love that idea.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So smart.
Using what you're good at to give back.
And the hashtag for that is hashtag music for meals.
Ca-
Oh, wait. Next up, we're going to Mumbai. There's a group of students,
Okay.
and they're planting trees, and they're educating other people about the environment. They call themselves the Green Heroes,
Love that.
and their hashtag is hashtag Mumbai Green Heroes.
Very cool.
And then let's go to Kiev. There's this campaign called Kiev's Stray Animal Campaign.
Oh, wow.
And basically it's volunteers helping animals in need,
Oh, that's great.
like organizing food drives,
Yeah.
providing medical care.
In the midst of everything that's happening there,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
It's incredible. And all under the hashtag Kiev's Trade Love.
It's so heartwarming.
Isn't it?
It's like these stories are so different, but
Yeah.
there's this common thread, you know?
Yeah, what is it?
Just this inherent goodness
Yeah,
of humanity.
it is.
And how, even in a world that can sometimes feel so divided,
Yeah.
there's this fundamental desire to connect and to help others that
Yes.
transcends borders and
Yes.
circumstances. It's pretty amazing.
Great. We've only just scratched the surface. We'll be back in a moment to explore even more.
Can't wait.
From Heartbeat, celebrating human connection.
Looking forward to it. It's pretty amazing, isn't it?
It is.
How these stories from around the world really highlight the resilience
Yeah.
of humanity, of
Yeah.
the human spirit.
Okay, let's go back to Music for Meals in New Orleans.
Mm.
It's more than just a feel-good story, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's about using something that you're passionate about
Absolutely.
to make a difference.
It's about, they saw a need in their community, and they decided to address it in this really creative and engaging way.
Totally.
They've managed to create this space where people can enjoy music, connect with each other,
Yeah.
and help address this critical need in their community,
Right.
all at the same time.
Yeah, and then it keeps going with the hashtag Music for Meals. It's like it makes you wonder, like, how many other, talents and passions could be channeled, addressing these social issues.
Yeah, it's a really good question, and it's almost like an invitation to think about what are our own skills and interests.
Totally.
What are those unique contributions that we can make
Yeah.
to the world?
Okay, now let's talk about those green heroes in Mumbai.
Hmm.
They're not just like passively concerned about the environment. They're like
Right.
actively doing something about it.
Yeah, it's refreshing to see that, especially from young people,
Totally.
that proactive approach. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the climate crisis, they're focused on, what they can control,
Right.
which is planting trees,
Yeah.
educating their peers, and spreading awareness.
And they're showing that it doesn't have to be this like grand gesture. It can just be consistent action.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every tree planted makes a difference.
Yeah. And they have that hashtag Mumbai Green Heroes. It's like they're inviting other people to join them.
Yeah, it's a great example of how, we don't have to wait for someone else to fix things. We can all be agents of change.
Totally.
Starting in our own communities, our
Right.
own spheres of influence.
Okay, let's go back to Kyiv and the Kyiv's stray animal campaign. I mean, it tugs at your heartstrings. You know?
It
To
does.
think that they're doing this in the middle of
Secret
conflict.
Yeah. It's just amazing to see that, that compassion can still prevail even in the darkest of times.
Right.
They're facing these incredible hardships, but they're still finding this strength and empathy
Wow.
to care for these vulnerable animals.
They're organizing food drives,
Yeah.
setting up adoption events.
Yeah.
They're providing medical care. Like, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And they're doing it
Yeah.
while dealing with
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And they're doing it under this hashtag Kyiv Stray Love. It's a symbol of hope and resilience.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
And it really speaks to the universality of compassion. It
Yeah.
just demonstrates that even amidst adversity, we can still choose kindness.
And make a positive impact.
I think what's really interesting is how technology has, amplified all of these things.
Oh, absolutely.
Whether it's a viral X post or a dedicated hashtag, it's like technology has really played a role in connecting people and spreading this message.
I think that's a great point. In today's digital age, we have these unprecedented opportunities to connect with people across geographical boundaries
Yeah.
and cultural differences. And, technology has become this really powerful tool for amplifying these good deeds,
Totally.
inspiring action, and fostering this sense of global community.
Okay, so a great example of that is the Nairobi Volunteer Connect app. Have you heard of this?
I haven't. Tell me about it.
So basically, a teenager in Nairobi developed this app that connects volunteers with NGOs
Yeah.
based on their skills and interests.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
It's like a matchmaking service.
Yeah.
But for doing good.
I love it.
I know.
What a great idea. And
Yeah.
such a great use of technology.
Right. Using those skills to
Good.
really create an impact. And it also makes it easier for people to actually, get involved with causes that they care about
Yeah.
and to connect with organizations that need their help.
Right. And then there's this global pen pal program, which is connecting kids
Mm-hmm.
in peaceful areas with kids in conflict zones
Oh, that's beautiful.
through letters.
I love that.
And they're using the hashtag pen pals for peace.
That's so sweet.
Isn't it neat?
Yeah.
Like, you think about, a child who might be experiencing unimaginable hardship
Yeah.
and then getting this letter
Yeah.
from a kid.
It's just a small gesture, but it can make such a difference in
Yeah.
that child's life. And I think it also fosters this sense of, global community.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that we're all connected,
Yeah.
even if we live in completely different parts of the world.
I feel like we've covered so much,
I know we have.
but we've only, scratched the
The
surface.
tip of the iceberg
Yeah.
is when it comes to human kindness
It's true.
and compassion.
Okay, so we'll be back in a moment to explore even more. But before we do,
Yes.
it's like we've heard all these stories.
Yeah.
Now what do we do with this?
That's the question, right?
It is.
What do we do with
Yeah.
all this inspiration? How do we turn that feeling into action?
Right.
How do we make a difference
Yes.
in our own lives, in our own communities?
That's a question we'll be back to answer right after the break. So we've heard all these stories.
Yeah.
What do we do with all this inspiration?
That's the big question, isn't
It
it?
is. It's like, it's easy to feel all warm and fuzzy,
All right.
but then it's like, okay, now what?
Exactly. How do we
Right.
channel this
Right.
into action?
What are some practical things that we can do?
Well, I think one thing to remember is those hashtags
Oh, yeah.
that we've been talking about.
Yes.
They're more than just catchy phrases.
Right.
They're actually entry points. Getting involved. Oh, okay.
So, for example, like hashtag Marathon of Hope,
Yeah.
you could search for local charity runs or even organize your own,
Oh, cool.
to support a cause that you're passionate about.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
So it's like, find what speaks to you
Yeah,
and then take action,
exactly.
even if it's small.
It doesn't have to be this big, grand thing. It can be something
Yeah.
as simple as, paying for someone's coffee
Yeah.
or leaving a positive note for a stranger.
Like that anonymous donation
Yeah, exactly.
in Berlin.
It sparked this whole wave of hashtag Berlin kindness,
Right.
encouraging these small, random acts of good.
Yeah. Those little things make such a difference.
They do.
And we forget that sometimes.
We do.
And it's also about, we talked about music for meals.
Yeah.
Using our passions
Yes.
for good.
Using those passions to really make a difference.
I love that. It's like, find where your passions
Yeah,
intersect with the needs of your community.
exactly.
And then, go for it. And I think, like those students in Mumbai,
The Green Heroes.
yeah,
Done.
they saw a need and they combined their passion with action.
It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
like this big, elaborate plan.
Right.
Sometimes it's the simplest things,
Yeah, just showing up.
like those volunteers in Kyiv.
Exactly.
Just showing up and offering support.
Yeah, just being present.
And it's not about
Those who need it.
having all the answers.
Yeah, I know.
It's about taking that first step
Right.
and inspiring others.
And knowing that, we all have this power to create positive change, no
Yeah.
matter how small our contributions may seem.
This has been so inspiring,
Yeah.
exploring Heartbeat.
Yeah, it has.
I hope our listeners are feeling
I hope for
helpful and
Blue Claw.
inspired.
And I hope they're leaving with this feeling that they can make a difference.
Yes.
It doesn't matter where they are or what the circumstances are.
Right.
They can be a force for good.
It all starts with us.
Yeah, choose kindness, embrace compassion, and let your actions inspire others.
That's it for this deep dive, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you've enjoyed exploring these heartwarming stories.
Mm.
And until next time, keep those hearts beating strong and keep spreading kindness.
Absolutely.